Well, this is unfortunate. Well, we got some people showing up still. One second. I need to try to log in here. One second, guys. Well, right now we are not live on Twitter. We're on YouTube though. So, yeah. We got the Cloudflare issues going on right now. Can't get on Facebook. The Twitter's not working. Trying to see if we can get any of this fixed. Twitter's back up, but it logged me out of it's still having some issues. It is what it is. I'm going to try to see if we can get this fixed. But this morning, listen, we had a really nice runner for once. Finally, we had something. CIPH, are we red? We're red. Still be watching this today, but so we had OLMA this morning. OLMA, very weird action, very strange. This is a real company, 50 million float. Nearly, at its peak, it was like a $2.5 billion company. So I haven't. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of news. It looks like they're possibly reporting data, and they had a price target raised to from wherever they were to $20 a share, $25, went to $40. But this is a large company, so very weird that it was able to move so much. It's again just a weird runner, but at least it's something. At least we finally had something, which is exciting to see. What else did we have moving this morning? We had Onfo, we had GLMD. I don't think those moved much. Yeah, it didn't do a whole lot. Onfo looks like that also fell off a cliff. That wasn't the 140s, I think. 130s, yeah. Again, a better opportunity this morning than there's been, but this is a weird kind of mover. Although what I will say is we talk about this concept often, right? We had a really easy entry that I unfortunately was not awake for at the time. I woke up a little bit later this morning. Generally I try to wake up around 6:30 market time. Anyways, this entry right here, right? This morning I woke up 7 market time. Or not this entry rather, but we have this fake high a day breakout right here, right? Then we also have the breakdown of this uptrend right here. Yet we instantly recover and we break out the fake high a day break. So this was our fake high a day break, right? We fake out, we break trend, then we instantly break out again. This every time, guys, is the entry. Right. We had this, by the way, the same thing happened earlier. It literally was the same pattern over and over and over again. If you were up early, if you were using Trade Funder, you were good, right? You can trade market time. So once again, we have the fake high day breakout. Well, really, I guess we have our trend break here, but still, this one would have worked too. This one is a little better because we got the trend breakdown as well, but either one, right? You pick your poison. You get your breakout right here at 1450, or you get your breakout here at 1550. Both of which never broke to new lows. You got a risk for about $1 a share on each of these. roughly $1 a share risk. The thing ran $20 a share from there. It's 20 to 1. And then again, right here, right? $20.50 entry, $18 risk, runs $18 a share from there. There were phenomenal trades. Phenomenal trades all the way around on this opportunity. I wish I was awake for them. This one was better. Again, just at this point, it felt a little bit too extended for me. I didn't end up taking it, but I was watching it. So my point being is that there are great opportunities out there, even though they're a little bit weird. Say you liked OLMA for today. Would you trade it any different given it's the only real runner for today? I think the trade was in pre-market, to be honest with you. I'm not as convicted in this one after market open. Yeah. And I'm not too convicted in this, personally. So I don't really, again, after open, I don't really have a big plan on this one. I think it already kind of made its move. Yeah, listen, and some of you guys, I've got problems with some of my brokers today because of the Cloudflare issue. Unfortunately, today is simply not going to be yeah. So it's again, today is probably just going to be a day. Well, and to be completely honest with you, I know you guys, some of you anyways, are like, oh, but I really want to trade OLMA. It's the move already happened, and if you guys are having problems today, the market's probably going to be very slow today because of these issues. So for those of you guys that don't know, is STT working? It's working. It's definitely it's definitely affected by the issue. I'm actually talking to the stocks trade team right now. It looks like a lot of there are a couple of issues being reported. So for those of you guys that don't know, Cloudflare is down, which is a big, huge data server. From my understanding, a big, huge data server, and it's affecting a bunch of websites. Twitter's been down. Yeah. Well, and yeah. So sorry, I'm still messaging the team over here, just checking on some stuff. So yeah, basically, anyway, sorry. A little bit distracted here. Yeah, so we had AWS, the Amazon Web Services last month. We've got Cloudflare right now. It's again probably going to be a slow day because of that. A lot of people cannot trade today. A lot of people's brokerages are down. A lot of people's there's scanners that are down. If I had to imagine, it's just going to be a very weird kind of action. I would imagine a lot of chop, a lot of just back and forth. So if you guys are having issues logging on to anything today, that's why. Personally, I've got like one of my brokerages that's working right now. It just depends on the data, the data server they use. But anyhow, right now we don't really have a massive runner. We've got, what's VRA? This is weird. Larger float too. What's the daily like on this? It's like a real company. A little bit of a gap up breakout here. OLMA halted down. Yeah, I wish I had more today. I just really think today is going to be slow. I mean, or at least choppy. The whole week, the whole really month of October has been pretty slow. How are you guys doing, by the way? How's October been for you guys? You guys, doing all right this month? Personally, I've got a small green month. Nothing special. Pretty consistent, but I've sized down this month. Really just trying to focus on easy opportunities. Nothing special, but it's good to be green. I know it's a tough month. I understand. What did I say? What month did I say? Did I say a different month? November is what I meant to say. Whatever I said. Yeah. How's your November going? Been slow since BYND. Yeah. Oh, it's November. Oh, I didn't know. November, dude. Small green, nice. Yeah, we're still midweek. See, August was good. Oh, that's cool. You got a site visit in Westminster today. Unfortunately, I do have a pretty busy day today. I actually have to go. We'll see. I'm going to the DMV. Last time I went to the DMV, I was there for about 3 hours. Although Colorado's been pretty good. But it's hit or miss because they do it so weird here. I'm from upstate New York. And so the way the DMV works there is they handled like everything. But here they've got like the Department of Tax or the Department of Revenue, whatever it is. And then they've got the DMV, and then you've got to go like off-site for a weird inspection that's like compliant with all this. You got to go like 3 different places. Oh, hold on. Let's see. We got some info here. Okay, hold on. We're going to try to get this on Twitter here. All right, come on. Let's see if we can get Twitter going. Does Trade Funder offer OCO orders? Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's on. I honestly love it. All right, 1 second, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this login going here. Cloudflare is back. So it depends. It little by little, it seems. Where it looks like we might have a Twitter login. Yeah, it looks like some things are we're trickling some life back in. Oh, come on. Yeah, let's see. Great, that's what I need. Oh yeah. Glad I can help make a decision for you. By the way, if you need that link, I will. I'm gonna drop this in the chat now, just for anyone that is already waiting for that Trade Funder link, right there in the YouTube chat. Just gone ahead and dropped it. Do you think we get hot again into Thanksgiving? Seems like we normally have good action during that period. So, from my experience in trading, November is a very hit or miss month. It's very, very hit or miss. It's right now, this is definitely more of a miss month. So, I mean, well, Thanksgiving, I hope, is around the time things start heating up. It'd be great if possible. December should be great. I mean, December, January, February, almost always banger months. So all you can do is really hope at this point. Again, we are going to have more movement in the market. So don't feel FOMO day in and day out. It's just silly. Really no reason. I'm buying Trade Funder next week. Is the program still going to be available? Yep, 100%. Yeah, just come and make. I mean, honestly, listen, you can just like literally save that link and join whenever. You can go through any of our old YouTube videos. The link is in the description. But yeah, the deal will still be going. And if you're there live with us, I'll be dropping it again for you. Again, it's a sweet deal. I know it's down today. It's got nothing to do with Trade Funder. It's just unfortunately Cloudflare. Stuff's coming on little by little. It's trickling back in. I'm assuming some companies, like massive companies like Twitter and those big ones, I would imagine they've got like backup servers. I don't know how any of this, like this is way over my pay grade, how all this works. But, we had the same problem last month with Amazon Web Services. So it is a little bit concerning seeing like the stuff happening back to back. It kind of makes me wonder, like, is this some form of like a cyber attack, or is this truly just a server issue? I don't know. But like, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. If this was, some kind of attack, I don't know. But anyways, keep it. This should get. I would imagine this is probably sorted out by the end of the day by Cloudflare. Trade Funder said, "What is the monthly platform fee? It's $99 a month. So again, for a real broker, I would say it's slightly better than standard. I pay with most of my other brokers. Hold on 1 sec. Hold on, we're logging in again. Bang! We're into Twitter. We are into Twitter. Click here to reconnect. And boom. We're We're into Twitter. We are live. Go live. What? How did we lose access again? Sorry, I know I'm like multitasking here. Want to see? It looks like we're still having some Twitter. Yeah, okay. So I logged into Twitter. It's not letting me go live. That's unfortunate. So anyways, I'll be back to this now. I was trying to get us logged into Twitter here, but unfortunately we can only do as much as it will let us, and it's not letting us do anything else. So yeah, what I was saying about Trade Funder though, that platform fee for me, but most of my other brokers, I pay anywhere between $120 and $200 a month. So I'd say it's better for a real broker. Again, like you go with a free broker that is not going to let you. Well, honestly, that you're not going to get great fills with, and like most notably, you're going to be trading with whatever capital you've got. With Trade Funder, you're trading with 25K. But how long is the qualifying period on Trade Funder? I think I should have no problem. I'm just curious. Get this. If you click the link that I've dropped in the chat and you read to the very top, no evaluations ever. So you're literally just going to get access to that 25K. The thing is, so if you start making money, they'll ask you if you want access to a bigger account, but you'll just instantly get that 25K. I shouldn't say instantly. It's about a 90-second sign up. They'll review your application. Most traders I've seen are started by the end of the day. So it's for longs, so know what you're getting into. Yeah, so longing is primarily what you're going to use Trade Funder for. You can short easy to borrow stocks, but you can't short hard to borrow stocks on Trade Funder. But you can short. For example, OLMA at most brokers is easy to borrow today, so a trader could have shorted OLMA, which, again, I wouldn't want to do that, but most traders could have. It was easy to borrow on most brokers. Unfortunately, most brokers were down, but what would you say is a better platform, Trade Funder or STT? Well, it depends, right? Like you can't trade on stocks to trade, right? So to me, they're like kind of two different things. So what I do, for those of you guys who are curious at all, I've got three different trading platforms up at all times. I got my brokerage or brokerages up. I've got stocks to trade for my scanners and some charts, and then I have Thinkorswim up for different charts. So it's like, that'd be like asking what's better to use, E-Trade or stocks to trade? I don't use E-Trade for charts. I use E-Trade to trade. I use Trade Funder to trade. I use stocks to trade and Thinkorswim for charts. Stocks trade always for scanners. So yeah. That's don't really know how else to answer that one, but yeah. Jack says it takes about 2 minutes to start trading. Yeah, again, I know some traders that get set up within before the morning is done. Like if you sign up with Trade Funder, there is a chance within 20 minutes you're trading. But if they're backlogged today, it might take a little bit longer to get through your application, but they're very quick. Right now, we'll just keep an eye on some different charts here. Again, I was looking at VRA. That was, oh my gosh, that failed big. That's about red. Well, that breakout failed. CYPH going green. It's going to be probably a no trade for me today. Top runner today is CanF. I don't love that. Very weird action. Not a huge fan. Yeah, guys, I hate to sound like a broken record. There's just really not much opportunity out there right now. Jara says it takes 2 minutes to start trading, but it also takes 2 seconds to lose it all. Yeah, listen, if you're bad at risk management, if you do not want to manage your risk, like, that choice is on you. It could also, I tell this to you guys every day. You do not need to go in and risk the entire thing in one day. That's silly to do. There's no reason. Okay. So if I go over to the Trade Funder website here real quick, let me just switch screen share over. Come over here, right? You have a daily loss limit of $1,000 and an overall drawdown of nearly $4,000. There is no reason, if you are not yet a profitable trader, that you should be risking anything remotely close to $1,000 a day, right? There is no, let alone per trade, but per day. Like, if you're still getting this figured out, you should be risking, in my opinion, you do whatever you want. I just don't want to see you guys blow up. You shouldn't be risking more than like 20 or 30 bucks a trade. Don't unless you're already like consistent, you're ready. You just need more money. But if you're still new to this, I'm not talking to traders who just feel like they need more money. They're already trading well, but they've got like a $3,000 or $4,000 account and they're just way under PDT and you just can't grow it. Not talking to you. I'm talking to traders who are still trying to get the aspect of consistency down. No reason to be risking that much money, right? I said this yesterday. It's possible to get rich quick, but if you have the mindset of quick, get rich, you're going to screw it up. So don't do that. Instead, learn with small trades, because it doesn't need to take 2 seconds to lose it all. It shouldn't take, you shouldn't even be remotely thinking about that, right? If you were to be risking $25 a trade, okay, screw it. Let's call it $50 a trade. You have 75 straight losses before you blow up the account. I don't know a single trader that has lost 75 straight losses. Okay. It's even me when I was not consistent, I did not lose 75 straight trades. Basically, yeah, listen, I see this argument too. So I see InnoVision Vlogs says, if you don't know how to trade, you should just trade with paper money. It's actually teach you a ton. I don't completely agree with that. Paper trading, I go back and forth on. The problem is, if you're not trading with real money, I know a lot of traders who trade paper accounts really well. And then as soon as they get to real money, they have this emotional attachment to it. The one thing that paper trading doesn't teach you is emotional aspects of your trading. It's a lot different when you have real money on the line. And that's really one of the reasons I do like Trade Funder a lot, is because it's like a mix. It is real money, but it's not your money. So to me, it kind of is like trading paper money. But if you're risking like 25 bucks a trade and you're making 50 or 75 bucks a trade when you're right, because you got good risk management, well, it's real money, but it doesn't feel like your money. But in the same breath, you're making money and you're keeping that risk small. This is one of the reasons that I think it is such an awesome deal. So, it really depends. But anyways, I'm throwing that link out there one more time for those of you guys that were asking for that Trade Funder link. I've also got it up on the banner there across the screen, but it's also in the description of your video. So, anyways, going back to charts here for a couple minutes. This is going to be a pretty short webinar today, guys. Again, we're down on like most of our platforms anyways, and there's just not a lot of opportunity out there in my eyes. CanF is kind of it, and it's, in my opinion, not a great trade. OLMA, just straight downtrend. I just don't see a whole lot that's really worth trading. What we'll do for a couple of minutes is open up some Q&A. Just any questions that you guys got, let's talk for a few minutes. I'll go back over to Trade Funder's website in a few minutes too, and just kind of go over any other questions regarding that. You too, LF. You too. Yeah, listen, Jack said I'll get another Trade Funder account. I think it's a great way to advance my trading. Listen, I don't want to see any of you blow up an account, but if you do, Trade Funder understands because this is their money. Like they don't want you losing either. They're not going to give you unlimited attempts, but if you've done this before and you've blown up, you come back a second time, trade smaller, get the consistency down, right? Get the consistency is the single most important part of trading, right? It is the single most important part. You can just be consistent day in and day out. I mean, it's a game changer. It's not hard to do. I don't think it's hard to do. That's coming from somebody who's been doing this a while, right? This month I've had like 3 red days. And it's a slow month. It's a slow month, but it's by taking patience. Talk about sunken loss fallacy. I actually don't really know what that is. I know sunk cost, but I don't. So, let's just see. It's sunk cost the same as sunk loss. Okay, refers to sunk cost. The idea that people will continue behavior as a result of previously invested resources. Yeah, so basically, basically, sunk cost is most people, like the way I was taught this in school, I thought it was really good. And I can see how this applies to trading too. But so like, let's say you go and rent out a tennis court for the day, right? You and your friends go rent out a tennis court. You spend $100 for the day, right? And it's supposed to be great weather, but all of a sudden, right before it's a non-refundable thing, right before it starts downpouring, right? And it's just pouring rain. A lot of people will still go play tennis because they spent their $100 and have a miserable time. But the $100 is gone. That $100, it is out the window. You're not getting it back. So would you rather go and have a bad time because you already spent your $100? Or would you rather say, you know what, it's raining. Let's all sit in and watch a fun movie for today and have a good time? Well, logically, the answer is, I mean, it depends, but logically, the answer is have fun. You've already spent the money. Do the thing that's going to bring the right result, bring you happiness in this case, versus going out and having a miserable time playing in the rain. I see this a lot with trades too, right? Where people take a loss on a trade. And it's probably not the exact same analogy, but people take a loss on a trade and they get hyper attached to the trade because they've already lost on it and they feel the need to make it back. The money is already gone. Just because the money is gone doesn't mean you're going to get a good setup out of that trade, right? So I can see how that kind of applies to trading. What platform do you like to trade quickly when the market is moving quickly? I think Trade Funder is great. Trade Funder I use for short selling, different brokers for their specialty brokers. Bryce, why are you so handsome? Where is the other handsome guy, Matt? Why am I so handsome? Well, it's because of the backwards hat, really. If I take this off, you see a really scary head of hair, and I'm already starting to kind of grow this weird little scruff. Matt, I hope Matt will be back with us. Again, when the market's slow, Matt, I know Matt. Matt does a really good job at just avoiding trading. It's what he needs to do, and I get it. When the market heats back up, I would imagine he comes back and joins us more regularly. You're not made of sugar, go play. If that's what makes you happy, go do it. But if you hate the rain, why go out in the rain? What were you used to do before being successful when there was no trade in the market? Were you refining your watch list or just stay away from the screen? Study. If there's no trade, you should be reviewing your trades that you took yesterday or the week before. You should be going through your data. You should be going through and reviewing what is working for you, the things that haven't worked for you so you can cut them out. You should know your trading playbook like it's the back of your hand, right? Like that is what you should be doing when there's no trade. How does Matt know when the market's bad? Well, it's pretty obvious. If you wake up early enough in pre-market and you look and you see there are no gappers, there's probably not going to be any runners. And yes, there was OLMA, but again, like that's a very weird, there's something very weird about this stock. And once that backside started, it just crap. It was crap. Best trade is SanDisk short. Yeah, SNDK I heard got smoked today. Woo! Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I wouldn't say best trade of the year. BYND probably holds the cake for best trade of the year. Would I rather have a really good chicken biscuit or a really good buffalo chicken sandwich? Well, that's tough because like one to me is like a breakfast item, right? So I think a good mix of those. I go to Chick-fil-A and I get the spicy chicken biscuit, which I might get for breakfast today because I have no food in the house. Sounds pretty good. But overall, I do love a great buffalo chicken sandwich. Love it. It's so good. But again, I like the spicy chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A. That to me is the best of both worlds. I have a 9-to-5 job, trying to decide between options versus weekend versus pre-market for an approach. It depends on your style of trading. I think pre-market's great. Pre-market has been like the one reliable thing over the last few years, really. So if you could get up pre-market and like there are a lot of opportunities. Even on the slow days, there are runners. It might not be crazy runners, but like they're predictable runners. And plus, then you're done by the time you go to work, right? So I mean, like, I think it's kind of the best of both worlds where you can make that side income. You get up early, you get a nice start to the day. There are good runners. You can use Trade Funder for it, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. How do I get my Fidelity account to let me trade pre-market? I don't think you can with Fidelity, my friend. I don't think you can. I don't know. I don't use Fidelity, but I think Fidelity starts pretty late. So I don't think you can. How do you find them? I use my stocks trade scanner. I just have my scanner up every morning. And yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I'm sure there are other ways. You're probably going like FinViz. I don't know. I think FinViz is delayed 15 minutes. So you're probably not, honestly, that's probably not the best idea to try to trade pre-market. Fidelity starts at 7. Okay. Well, there you go. In that case, then you can start trading at 7. All right, folks. What platforms can you trade pre-market? Again, a lot of platforms you can trade pre-market. It's just like what time. Like E-Trade, I think you can do 7 or 8 o'clock. Fidelity, it sounds like you can do 7. I think TD Ameritrade or Thinkorswim, I think you can do 7. Trade Funder, you can start at 4 a.m. A lot of specialty brokers, you can start at 4 a.m. All right, folks. I don't have anything on watch day. CanF just crapped itself. So I think it's about time for me to get wrapping up here. But again, just speaking of Trade Funder, I always like shouting them out because they are the reason that we're here today. And it's a really, I think, awesome opportunity for traders really in most boats. I'm not going to say it's for everybody. Particularly, I think the people that it's not for are, number one, home run traders. Like trader, if you're just going for a home run, you're kind of here gambling. Probably not for you. Trade Funder is looking for consistent traders. Number two, swing traders, right? If you are primarily a swing trader, this is a day trading platform. It's going to be 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, 12 hours of trading, plenty of time for day trading. But again, if you're trying to be a swing trader, this might not be the option for you. Or hard to borrow short selling, although most brokers are not for hard to borrow short selling. So you're probably already used to that. Trade Funder, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're someone that's looking for consistency, looking to do this the right way, I tell you guys every day, there is no reason to go risk the farm on a single trade if you are not yet consistent, if you are not yet profitable. Learn to do this the right way. And as I was saying earlier, honestly, to me, this feels like a really awesome opportunity to almost treat this partially like a paper account, but also knowing that you can make money from this, right? This isn't your money per se. So there's that emotional detachment from it, but it is real money in the sense that, well, if you make money, you're going to get paid. Basically, the way Trade Funder works is they're a prop firm. They're partnered with one of the largest prop firms in the country, T3. But Trade Funder has one of the best profit splits that you'll see out there. Most prop firms are going to be somewhere between a 60-40 split and a 70-30. With Trade Funder, it's an 80-20 split. So if you make 10 grand, you keep $8,000 of it. And I think it's more than fair considering they're giving you access to a $25,000 account with $100,000 in margin for just $800 plus a $99 platform fee. Really, really just stellar deal. Something I wish I had access to when I was in college, when I was just getting started trading, or even right after college for that matter. I think it would have sped up the process for me, because here's the truth, for me anyways, and for a lot of traders I know, when you're under the PDT and you can only take 3-day trades per week, you can either, one, open up a cash account and your positions are so small that you're not going to make meaningful gains, or two, you're going to get to a spot where you're only able to take those 3 trades a week, and you just can't get data on what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong because you have such a limited sample size. The truth is, to get real data on the way you trade, I think you need like 100 trades to do that. So if you're trading under the PDT, you get 12 trades a month. You basically have to wait a full year of trading to get enough data to understand what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Whereas for me, right, even in a slower market, I will take a couple of trades per day. Right? So I'll get a month's worth of data where I can then go through and see, okay, what did I do right this month? What did I do wrong? How can I adjust for next month? And then it just really compounds on top of each other. But if you're just taking it small with Trade Funder, if you're not yet profitable, not yet consistent, you're risking like $20 a trade, $30 a trade. Well, you're not going to lose too much. And again, it would take you 75 straight losses in a row before you blew up the account. I don't know a single trader who's taken 75 straight losses. So again, you're very unlikely to blow up as long as you're practicing good risk management. And then in the same breath, you're also able to get that data to start reviewing so you can learn from each and every trade, and then flip the script for your trading. So, or if you're already if you're already a spot where you're like consistent, you just don't have a big enough account, obviously risk what you're comfortable risking. But if you're still at that learning stage, I still think it's an awesome opportunity. At least it would have been for me. So all you got to do is click the link that I've dropped in the chat here. Don't risk the farm. I like this saying. Yeah, listen, there's just no need, right? Much love for all you guys. Oh, you guys are dropping some love in the chat. Love it. I just dropped that link for you. I would go ahead, check it out. I'm not going to say it's the perfect fit for you. I don't know if you're a swing trader. I don't know if you're a hard to borrow short seller. For the majority of people in this chat, though, I do think it's an awesome solution to at least get you started on the right track. You'll get started in less than 90 seconds. There's no evaluations. You're just going to follow the rules they've got right down here. Scroll down. They've got all the rules laid out. You can click on each drop down and learn more about what that is. So go ahead, click on them. Make sure it's the right solution for you. But it is an awesome discount. It's $600 off of their normal offering because they've partnered with Stocks to Trade. If you go over to their normal website, it's $1,400 plus a $99 platform fee. Here, it's $800 plus a $99 platform fee. So take advantage of it. This is a great opportunity, I think. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get hopping off. I'm just going to, I'm going to wait to go to the DMV in a little bit, but I've got a webinar coming up here in about 30 minutes. For those of you guys who are in the Daily Income Trader, I will see you there. And I hope you guys are all having a great day. Take it easy. Take it light with the Cloudflare outage. So everybody, talk to you later. Peace.